If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. Lawful Stupid just jumped over. First of all, it's free, and we love that. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, wherever you're at, all on the go. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. There are a lot of other vendors out there, a lot of platforms that they will make sure your podcast gets to. So it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money from your podcast with zero minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Last time on Lawful Stupid.
Mein Hooter hot, Dreiecken hot, mein...
No, you stopped drinking. We talked. I mean, I guess we did drink.
We moved 40 feet and talked.
Mm-hmm. We made a new friend.
We did find some valuable information. We gleaned a lot of valuable information. There's a beautiful man, I assume, with a pompadour. Could be beautiful if he didn't have one. We found out he, too, was going to be traveling. And just so has that he's going to the ridgescar Mountains so that he can try to, and we're not sure what his intentions are yet, good or bad, but he's going to be talking to Farron. Is that how you say it, Dwayne? Farron or Farron?
Farron. Yep.
Farron, and then he says he's going to Silence, which is conspicuous because we're doing the same thing.
Directly our course, yeah. And then we also tricked, says here in my notes, tricked/swindled Renwick Tyndall into joining our cause for the entire duration.
We swindled the Tyndall?
Swindled the Tyndall, yeah. That's hashtag swindle the Tyndall 2019.
The old Tyndall swindle.
Our party's girth has swelled, double its size. Now there are 6 of us traveling.
You can't ignore our girth.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best to ignore your girth. Anyway,
yeah, you're gonna try, but you will fail.
Can. So here, have a ginger ale.
Oof.
It does help it go down smoother. So yeah, you guys wake up the next day and you exit the tavern, which is pretty dead, all things considered, right? Like everybody has gone home, and that's when you run into Grayland the Great, who is about to head to the stables to get his hackray. And he says, and he's super chipper, "Good morning, welcome, boys. Are you ready?" Gotta lock that voice in, but we'll do that.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Are you ready?
I'm very ready.
Aye, friend.
I like your cutting your chin. But anyways, I'm gonna go over to the Iron Steed and get me one of those hackrays.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach under my belt and pull out my Pokeball and throw it on the ground and go, "Comet, I choose you!" /Chauncey, I renamed you, I remember.
You do that, and a stuffed reindeer pops up, and when you do that, he just kind of backs. Interesting. Well, that's neat. Where did you get that?
It was a gift from a friend, and I curl up in his antler and go to sleep.
Okay, you do that.
I just snap my fingers and telepathically tell my elk to come here. Now officially named John Elkway.
Pretty good fucking name.
And I'm jumping on the back of Chauncey.
Okay. So yeah. Where is Sharinga and Tyndall riding?
They have horses.
They have their own. Do they not have their own?
Okay, so Tyndall confirmed not. Sharinga.
So we're here. So
he can ride on Chauncey. Chauncey rides 3.
Chauncey's other antler.
Because I have an elk.
Okay.
So I got
on Elkway.
Before I go to sleep, I just pat Chauncey's other antler twice, come on up, Tyndall. And then Henry's there too, by the way.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
We have 7. Damn.
Yeah. Lots of NPCs for you guys to lose.
Get a
Hey, you should
policy.
make them all talk to each other.
Yes.
It's gonna go real great, actually.
Excellent.
I will just say a thing happened, and
James will
that'll
change it.
That'll be
They talk.
We'll do all the voices. Yeah, I'll just monotone the voice.
Change. Save us.
Alice, I'm your dad, and we'll just do them all that way, and he can just enhance from there. It'll be great.
That's your
My
motto.
dad's Cleveland. My dad is Cleveland.
I don't know. Anyways, you head towards the Iron Steed, and Graylin is leading charge, and he approaches the stables, and he is greeted by a half orc, half elfman, powerful builds of a man, gray hair, scars all over the body that you can see. This boy is an NPC that you guys can talk to, because I'm not gonna have Graylin and this NPC just have a conversation. They
Good luck, Kristoff's asleep.
well, they have a conversation, and Graylin goes to prepare one of the Hecray for Orion. Please talk to this NPC. It's from a patron. Please do that.
Hello, half-orc.
I'm Kristoff.
Go back to sleep, Christoph. You're drunk.
Oh, alrighty.
Rowan, you have a way with words. Please talk to our friend while I go help get the Hecray prepared.
Season 2 is Rowan. You're good with words. Go talk to that thing.
Remember last time where I was like, all right, guess I have to kill this thing now? That was also a patron thing.
I don't think you're going to be in a similar situation with this fellow.
You don't know that.
Half-orc. I, too, am an orc, but full-bred. It's interesting that you are perceived to be half-elf as well.
And
Now, I have a question about that. Because there are half-elves and there are half-orcs. I'm pretty sure those are dominant genes, and one of them has to dominate the other, right?
According to D&D canon, yes, but this is Dwayne's world.
Okay.
Dwayne's World, party time. Heck yeah.
we live in a world that any race can be half, because humans don't just have to be the other half of things. That seems very binary.
Oh, no, because it even says that they're not half, it's just that those genes are dominant. You could be like, oh, yeah, dad was an elf, mom was a dwarf,
Filler.
but because that elf's so strong...
one of those is going to be more dominant, because that's how any gene works, but, you're going to notice other features. Everybody just
He's
assumes,
definitely orc, right?
alright, so everybody just assumes half elf means half elf, half human. It actually says that in the fucking book somewhere, I'm sure. When you're reading the description, most of those half orc is also half orc, and for the most part half human. You don't see half orc, half elf, half orc, half dwarf. They don't mention that. It's just, from what I can tell, and somebody out there who has way more D&D lore knowledge than I do is going to be tell me I'm wrong. But
I like that Scott perked up at that.
But from
So do
what
I
I can tell, anyways,
Do I see more orc or more elf?
more orc for sure.
Love it.
It's the elfin features are more the ears and the slenderness of the face, but it's orc tusks, and the body's real muscular, which is your orcish trait.
How does he size up to me?
It's shorter, but
Okay.
stacked like you, right? Shorter than you, but still muscular.
I'll hop off of Chauncey,
Okay.
and I'll walk up and put my hand out as to do the forearm shake with him.
Yeah, he shakes your hand and says, the name is Okar Steelhand. Nice to meet
Oh,
you.
God. That is a strong name, and you are a strong orc. I don't get to see many of our kind. Where do you hail from?
Well, I actually grew up in Holbeck. My parents were a bit of travelers, and then they had me, and now I have their stable.
Oh, so your family's run the stable for many, many years.
Long time. As long as I can remember. How about that?
Well, awesome, Oka. I appreciate it. Just, do you have any other steeds for rent or anything?
A lot of hackray, a couple horses. Nothing more ornate or strange than that. A lot of them were purchased by the people that came from Yuri.
Okay. Interesting. So I'm guessing this impending confrontation has brought you quite a bit of gold then.
It's not bad. I'm doing a lot less work than I was. It's nice when people just outright buy it. So now I'm just waiting on more mounts to be raised or purchased. It's good business.
Well, that's good to hear, Oka. Well, I appreciate your services here, and it was very nice to meet you.
And he says, "Oh, where are you off to? Usually everybody when they're traveling has somewhere to go."
Well, we are heading to the ridgescar Mountains.
Really?
Yes. Have some business there, of course, with the people there, and then maybe on to Silence.
Well, listen, I don't get up to the Ridgescar Peaks often, but could I ask a favor of you?
Well, absolutely. We're pretty much brethren.
Love to hear that. Well, so Ridgescar Peaks, they're actually famous for a type of iron. Obviously, everybody just calls it Ridgescar iron, but it's not iron. There's something special to it, and I'm not a smart man. However, I know that iron makes amazing metal. It's tough, it lasts longer, but we don't get a lot of it around here because, well, that's the Stonebreakers. But if you could bring me some back.
Yeah, what are your intentions with it? Horseshoes or what? What do you use it for?
Horseshoes, for sure.
Shovels.
Lots. I am so good at shovels. No,
Hold on a second here.
no.
I pulled the remaining 10 shovels from my backpack that I've been carrying since episode.
What do you think about these shovels?
Oh, it looks like somebody could have made those be the best free gifts with weapons.
I agree.
No, horseshoes, and I also dabble in making armor for mounts. I'm not a smith by any means, but it's something to do in the spare time.
Oh, yeah. Would you be willing to, depending on how much I make something for me and my friends? As that could be the paying that as sort of helping us out if we need it.
Like I said, I'm not a real good smithy. I actually have something else I could trade you for that, but I could sure make you.
Yeah, we'll work something out for sure. I think I actually know a guy who's very good at it, so if I find some, I might steal some away. Not steal it, but acquire it for myself as well.
Yeah, I prefer that you don't get it through nefarious means.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for the heads up, though, Oka. I appreciate it, and yes, I will do my best to bring you back some.
Well, I appreciate that. And that is Lance's NPC. Yep, Lance wanted to have a half orc, half elf.
Nice.
I like this NPC.
Yeah, it's a good NPC, and I'm super excited about their little side quest in the world.
It reminds me of that meme, the one that's been going around like it's not much, but it's honest work.
Yeah. Yeah. I keep just thinking, as I just gave you this side quest, I went, this is the children all over again. Why did I give them a side quest? Well, that's my fault.
Children got resolved. Children got resolved.
If while we're walking around in the Ridgescar Peaks, you go, hey, look, there's some iron that's sticking out that looks very special. We'll pick it up.
I'm going to run away from it immediately.
I'll just force it upon you. I like it. I'm good. Yeah, so, so Graylin comes back and he's got a saddle on this reptilian looking horse, and he's ready to set off.
So are we, I assume.
Unless you
I've been asleep.
Yeah, you're super asleep.
Tell John Elkway to follow them, and then I go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so you guys are like getting to the edge of town, and Chiringa and Henry like kind of like stop their horses and kind of like pull them too. And Chiringa says, "Okay, well, I guess this is where we part. We have other things we have to do back at the front." Henry obviously has a ton of weapons to make, and I was only coming here to pick up supplies.
Well, we won't let you down.
Great, because the other option is war, and I'm pretty sure Spawn's willing to do it.
I will do all that I can, and I'm waking up. I will do all that I can to ensure that those weapons won't be necessary. But I'll tell you what, if we're out there and we find some, what was it, sky steel or whatever, we'll bring some for you too, Henry, because you like metal.
And Henry says, good. I hope you do prevent this from being a war. I don't want to see anything bad happen to your country, first off.
It won't. Well, I draw breath.
I hope you continue to draw breath.
You'd be the first. Onward, Chauncey.
I'm gonna jump off Chauncey, and of course I gotta walk over to Henry,
Sure.
and I'm gonna say,
I think he gets off his mount.
he knows what's about to happen. This is about to be a big old hug that ensues, and I say, good luck building all those weapons, and be careful.
And he kind of looks at you and he says, I think you need to be more careful.
I need to be stronger.
Well, those two, you haven't exactly been in the safest of throws following those two around. So please be careful. And I will see what I can do about this sword in the meantime.
I was awake to hear that I'd be offended. Go away for 2 years and he still thinks that we're causing trouble. Fuck.
Bruhs. My dudes, I just had like the most poignant revelation that has ever happened in D&D in my long, illustrious, decade-long career. Devin Atlas runs away from confrontation and avoids danger because he has something to live for. Because he doesn't have a tragic backstory. He has a family that loves him, that wants him to come home at the end of the day, wants him to be safe.
One problem. I've never run from a battle, and you can't point it out. We can edit this out. We'll pick this up later.
So you guys part ways.
Don't edit out, Ginge.
Yeah, don't do that. You guys part ways, and they start going to the east, and you all start moving forward to the north. And so the ridgescar peaks, they have like a forest at the base of them. So you guys have a little bit to go, but you'll hit forest before you'll hit the actual mountainscape themselves. But it's mostly like an open land, like rolling hills kind of situation as you're traveling. And you guys like ride for a day and have to camp. So is there anything you want to do at that campsite situation other than just stand guard and do your thing?
Kristoff has been absent-mindedly just making copper wire and throwing it out offside of Chauncey. Some of them explode, some of them don't.
Yeah, it's fine. Do me a favor, roll Arcana check.
Yeah, of course.
I just want to see how well you did, honestly.
That's a natural 20.
Cool. Go ahead and mark,
That's what my natural 20's for.
go ahead and mark on your sheet of paper as something to remind me of in the future, and that you're like proficiency 1. That like your arcane wire and your like small arcane things they just like small objects, and write this down. I will remember it. Small objects are just like not going to explode. But if
Small
you like
objects are stable.
Yeah, but if you like chain them into bigger things, you still run that risk. It's just like
Got it.
Oh, I'm
Stellar.
sharpening Willow.
what's that?
I'm sharpening Willow.
Cool. Willow is super fucking sharp. And now you're actually interested in Willow and its life again. Now that you don't have the beloved Ilaria blade.
Nagging me.
Yeah. Confirmed.
I'm going to disguise self as the ghost of Ilaria and haunt the fuck out of Atlas at night, every night.
Okay, so yeah.
No.
Let's do that. Let's act that out right now.
No. That'd be too... That's not...
Lawful, cruel. Just absentmindedly, Atlas, are you going to be okay if a scuffle breaks out? I know you've been using a sword for a long time. I'm not sure. Are you equipped to use Willow?
But of course, I mean, this is the weapon I've always used until I was forced to use, the sword. It was, the feeling I had to use the sword. In short,
I like how we're not
yes.
saying her name. I like how we're just saying the sword. Okay.
It hurts
cool.
too much.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay, very, very good. I knew you could specialize in some defensive tactics with the sword that I didn't know would translate to the axe. That's very good.
And so you guys camp for the night. Who wants to set a watch?
I got it, first watch.
Cool. Do me a favor, roll that perception checkerino.
That would be a 5. Off that high speed nat 20 comes the 5.
Cool. You have an uneventful watch, my dude.
You say that every time.
It scares me.
Yep.
I'll take second watch.
All right, Atlas, roll me a perception
That's
check,
a-
please.
22.
Yeah. So, my dude, you're on watch.
An old man shows up.
Yes, please.
And what?
An old man shows up.
Hungry, looking for food.
Hard biscuits.
Because of Ilaria. No.
Turns out it was me.
It was really...
Yeah, I forced him upon us. No. So you're on watch. What are you doing on watch? Like, give me a little flavor of that while you're like.
I'd like to think.
Humming the theme to Under the
Standing in the
Fire.
fire. He's probably thinking about Ilaria, actually. And wondering, what did happen? He's not necessarily completely upset in the sense that, like, she's gone, because to him, she was hurting while she was in the sword. So in a way, she's free. But now he's kind of alone. For the past few years, it's been him and Ilaria, sitting around fires just like this on dark nights as they travel. And now it's just him.
You would say that all remains is silence.
Yes. Cursed
Ironically.
place. This cursed place.
It's silent near silence. Yeah, man. So you're kind of staring at the fire and like looking around, and when you do that, you see like this movement, like in the shadows, like just on like the edge of your vision, but even though you have confirmed, I'm pretty sure you have dark vision, right?
Yes.
You like see the blur of the shadow, like, because it's just on the edge, so like it goes in and out, and you see like this somewhat humanoid form blink in, but as fast as it blinks into your vision, it blinks out. So it's one of those like, did I actually see that, or is that like the fringes of my vision playing tricks on me?
Oh, then I will do a perception check.
You already did that, dude. That's how you saw that.
Oh, that was so. Then I will go investigate and do an investigation.
Well, we'll get there. So, remember your dark vision is 60 feet, confirmed?
Yeah, so how far out did I see this?
On the fringes of your dark vision, so it's 60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm not going to walk out there.
I mean, but there is a campfire, though, right?
Yeah, but it's not like 60 feet plus his campfire. Like, it doesn't...
Well, a campfire typically, it depends on the terrain. I mean, if there's hills or forest or whatever. But a campfire will illuminate out 100 feet. I mean, it's not...
Ooh, how big did you guys make this fucking campfire, my dude?
I mean, even like a standard, 4 logs stacked against each other campfire would provide low light vision to 100 feet.
The point is, like, this thing is on the fringes of your vision. So if that's 60 feet, 100 feet, whatever you guys, manufacture, it's still on, like,
at
the whole point is it's, like, does not want to be seen. So...
Understood.
Well, I'll stand up and say, who goes there?
Got me. It walks up. No.
Hey, I'm the demon. I'm the demon that's gonna fuck your butt.
Hey, I'm just here to eat your souls.
I'm the butt fucking demon. Sorry.
Welcome to silence.
That's how it goes.
Jerry.
Why do you think Kristoff's so mad all the time?
Fucking.
Well, I get why they kicked you out of silence, but Kristoff, why did you get kicked out?
I left of my own volition.
I picture him as the fireball
To
tiefling.
meet you. The fireball tiefling. You know, on the bottle of fireball, there's a tiefling on it?
Yeah, that's him.
No, ironically, I have one of those right here.
Yeah, the tiefling that's on the fireball.
Jerry,
It's a
only
tiefling.
you
That
can
sure is a
prevent forest
tiefling.
fires.
Yeah. No,
How furry
get,
is the tiefling?
You get no answer.
This episode brought to you by Fireball. Okay,
Cinnamon whiskey. It hurts my soul to drink it.
It's not great. I had some today. What do you do?
I will whisper back. Rowan, Kristoff, I need you to get up.
Would you like me to roll a perception check or what?
You can choose whether a whisper wakes your ass up or not. Because that's like, you're choosing how deep or how light you sleep.
I actually did sleep most of the day, so I'm pretty much... Yeah,
well, then whatever I need, I will walk over and move them with the head of the axe.
He will clap
I said,
two cookie sheets together.
Whisper was fine, but
proclaiming, I ain't getting no sleep because of y'all. Now y'all ain't getting no sleep because of me.
yeah, I'm awake.
Yeah, you're waking both up.
I am Kristoff Shindo.
Something moved over in the woods, and I've learned my lesson to let you boys sleep anytime something happens on my watch.
Where was it? Can you point to me exactly where you saw the thing?
And I point in the direction.
No woods, but fringe of your dark vision. You're in in a plain area.
It was over in that direction.
I shoot a ray of frost in that direction.
Yeah, you shoot a ray of frost, and it illuminates like this 5 foot wide path that's like it flows out through the distance. You don't see anything like as it like travels, right?
Yeah, if you see it again, Atlas, just shoot a projectile in its direction. That's how I handle all of my problems on Night Watch. It has worked out swimmingly.
All right, forget it. I'm just going to charge into that direction.
Don't do that. No. We should stay here where the light is, where we can.
We'll see who runs from battle now. I run in that direction.
Oh God.
Barbarian.
Yeah, so you rush into the night. What do you boys do in response to that? Do you roll with him? Do you just kind of watch as he like rushes off the campfire?
Glancing just around quickly, do I see Greyheart the Great, or whatever his name is, Greyland?
Greyland the Great, yes, you do see him.
Is he just knocked the fuck out?
I mean, he's like starting to come to as like you hear Atlas like, "Oh, I'm just gonna run over there then," and he's like, kind of like eyeing open. You're gonna do what?
I still have my crossbow, so I'm gonna go ahead and catch one of my bolts ablaze, and I'm gonna shoot it in the direction arcing over Atlas, like clear over Atlas in the distance, just to illuminate some of the area out there.
Do a flare? Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, cool. You do that, and so you do that, and when that like the flame is like illuminating, and Atlas, you're like full bore heading that direction. you don't see like that figure at all, but like when you get to where you think the figure like was, like not Atlas, Christoph, roll me like a dexterity range check for, please, for accuracy.
Oh, dexterity.
Because I'm thinking like, go ahead.
16.
I'm thinking Big Cheese. You would like want to hit in the area that like Atlas pointed, right? Like
the general area.
Right.
Kind of off cantered from my ray of frost because I kind of saw that 5 foot line.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying like it's not like you just wanted to shoot it super far over.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So Atlas like gets to this spot, right, and when you get there, the bolt is like maybe 10 feet away, and it's like burning, illuminating the area. And what you notice, is that like the ground has 100% been disturbed. Like, you can roll an investigation check to see what else you find, my dude. But it's enough that like it piques your interest.
12.
Yeah, man. When you like kneel down and look at this ground, you're not like super familiar with the markings on the ground. It's it looks like something was like scratching the ground, like making marks. But you're not really sure what those are, and you're not familiar with like what they would mean.
I'd like to do another perception roll to see if I can hear it at this point, if I can hear it around me.
Yeah, absolutely, please.
17.
So, that sound was like to the north. You hear the skittering, or like the pitter patting of like feet, and it's like you hear like this like heavy patting, where it's like thick stomps, not stomps, but like thick steps, like something heavy is behind that, and then you hear like pitter patting of like smaller forms. Like you as like somebody who's been in the fucking woods would know. Like,
say, if you're a friend, come forward, and this won't get any worse for you.
oh, he got brave, boys. Yeah.
As the brave was very dead, and then he was dead again.
So when you say that, like, you're still like in this illuminated area, and you still don't hear a response.
Not worth my time. And I'll turn back and walk toward the camp.
Yeah, do me a favor and roll a perception saving.
Perception saving throw?
If you're good at wisdom, I'm gonna give it to you because that's what we're doing right now.
It's a 21.
Yeah. So to your right, you're gonna have a chance to react to this like group of like shadow creature things. They look essentially like dogs, but they're in the form of like shadows, and they're like rushing your direction, like teeth bared, everything heading your direction.
I'll do call and response. I'll say, "Get ready for a battle, boys."
I'm already casting.
And then I'll say, I'm hungry like the wolf.
No, I'm gonna let you act. You're gonna
turn right now,
dude.
but I would like to go.
You smell like a sound.
I'm calling John Elkway at that call and response to mount up.
I will use my action to take my liking for.
Okay.
And I don't have anything bonus action wise.
I'm gonna let you attack, my dude. Like.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you turn into a big scary werewolf. Oh, it's real good, and you attack.
So do I know how many are like in front of me and how?
It's like
it's
one big one and like 3 or 4 small ones. Like think one big German Shepherd and then like 3 little Chihuahua-sized guys. Like.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna immediately attack the big boy. I would like to attack.
Yeah, sure. Roll on attack.
24 for attack.
Cool. So because we're not locking into combat, this is more of a moment than anything else. Your roll just all dependent on everything else. So like this big one leaps up and you bring Willow through this thing and you feel it catch and drag through material. Like, so you know what you cut was solid. But on the other side of it, it just into smoke. And then these other three or four, like, you turn and, like, use the butt of your axe on one and maybe, like, elbow the other one. But one of them actually gets up and, like, bites you before you can just, like, you bring Willow back and, like, smash it. And do me a favor, roll a Constitution save, please.
26.
Yeah, you're good. You're good at this. Yeah, man. So, like, that whole pack of things have, like, dissipated in this smoke after you, like, murdered them.
And so then I'll retreat back to the light, to our campfire specifically.
Yep.
Boys, type of shadow creatures. Kristoff, you are from these parts. I don't know if that's a common occurrence, but they were not physical creatures of the sort.
Dwayne, DM's choice. Which kind of knowledge check should I make?
You should do Arcana because Kristoff would just, well, I mean, so like I'm gonna give you this in silence. That's not like a creature, right?
Yeah, so it wouldn't be like a standard nature thing.
Yeah, you would not have thought like. Now, granted, you're not in silence, but you just have no reason to believe that was like, because I assume Atlas like describes a little more clearly.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and I think I saw it because I was illuminated a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have dark vision, so you would have seen their forms once like he was like engaging with them.
I rolled a 22 for Arcana.
Yeah. So you know this is like you've heard about shadow magic like this, where people like summon like forms, and frankly, you guys have had enough experience with some of these gods that maybe that gives you cause for concern.
It kind of reminds me of like the Edis Shadow Wolf kind of thing.
It's not the same. Where Edis...
No.
Yeah. Edis is like a very inky kind of... And Ryle's been very like this inky, like corporeal type form. Like it's almost like a liquid smoke. This was very much like it got hit and it went poof, poof, right? Like it was very much like a conjuration of sorts. But what you notice this time around with that Hive of Check is... the arcane energy that like typically is associated with spells, like no matter what spell in Goron is used, it taps into the torrent typically in some way, right? So you'll see a different level, different shading of torrent. This time it was like black. It was almost like the torrent was like being twisted to be used, and that's like not something you've ever seen. Short of the whole like Alaria thing, but that was more of like corruption in general, and not. It's a very
perverse, not the natural order of magic as I know it, kind of thing.
Right? You're like, that's not right. And where the Ryle thing or the Alaria like Edis god like issue was more like Alaria itself was corrupted, not the torrent.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of a primordial thing that exists. This looks like somebody did something that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, it seems. First of all, I believe these were necessary for reconnaissance. I don't believe they lent any sort of danger to us, or they wouldn't have been so easily dispatched, even though very impressive Atlas. Furthermore, it's kind of like what I heard from Henry and from Svan. It looks as though they were correct. There is something not right with the torrent here. Something sick.
Well, I don't know about that. It's very strange.
And you hear Graylin say, "Oh, so you're good with magic."
I'm the second best magic person I know.
Oh,
Third
well,
best magical.
Rowan's second, I think. Rowan's second.
It goes Avia, Findle, me.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I even do magic.
You do.
have-
I've seen it.
Your pistol thingy there. That's pretty magical, right?
I don't know how it
Yeah,
works.
is. I'll tell you later.
I'm magic.
So yeah, you, he says, oh, wow. This adventure got much more interesting.
Why? Do you know anything of the arcane arts?
No. Adventurer, legend, all names of mine. Magician, not one of them. Not my bad. Not at all things I'm good at.
Any reason that you have interest in my arcane ability?
I'm, and he points to the axe and shield, really good with those. Don't have any magical ability whatsoever. So, it's always good to have somebody who can do that.
Fair enough.
I usually travel alone as well.
I take your compliment. I thank you, sir, for it. I'm sure that you're very martially adept.
So, you seem really concerned about that, though. What you just saw.
Oh yes, it's not good. It's like a man having a baby.
He just kind of lays back down, and he says, "This is going to be a weird adventure. It's going to make a great story, though."
You keep saying that. Why the fascination with stories?
I think every story is great and worth telling, and that's also how I make a living.
Oh, you'd get along with Win.
And he kind of looks at you and goes, look, I'm not about speaking ill of any of the gods. From what I understand, they are fickle things. I just tell stories that people want to hear. And so, that's how I make a living. And for that, I go into dangerous situations, and so far it hasn't got me killed.
So you're like a shyster.
Nope. Tell stories that people want to hear. Not in a negative way. Would you say a play is a con of some sort?
Yes.
Sort of.
All right. Well, there you go. Pessimistic
So there's
people. Got it.
There's two ways one alters reality. There is the temporal, which is lying or fabrication story using words and common language. And then there's the arcane, which is real and tangible and exists and is meaningful change. I'm pretty good at both, honestly. I'm not knocking you for your thing. It's just you're a shyster. Me too. I'm a politician.
Okay, well, fair enough then. Just never heard that word as a not derogatory thing. Maybe
We can
I'll add
smell
it
our
to
own.
my titles.
Shyster of bullshit.
Shit. Shyster of shit. It's much one of the figures.
The crown prince of silence refers to me as the shyster of shit.
There you go. I just add it right onto the list. So you guys bet up?
I mean, who's got next watch?
I do.
Super Merlin, because I'm not making NPCs watch. Roll me that perception check, please.
Graylin doesn't have a watch. That's cool.
Oh man, he's sleeping. You guys came along. Well, and what about Captain Tyndall? You just assume he's not going to do it either?
Oh, I knew he wasn't gonna.
It is 14.
Okay, cool. You have an uneventful watch.
Cool. I was not watching.
Oh, I know.
I
you
was
rolled
doing other
14, dude.
things.
So yeah, next morning you guys set off and you ride, and
And you're
you get
fucking high.
you get closer to that forest edge, and so you guys got to go through the forest to get to the mountains, and everything seems super chill until Kristoff, you notice it more than anyone else. So you know how you you actually specifically would remember this. It's only been 2 years, but remember when you got cut off real hard from the torrent?
Yes.
You have you hit it, right? It's almost like you hit this wall when you are riding through the forest, and you just all arcane is just zapped from you, and it hits you, and I don't think you just do a hard stop on your horse. You let it, or your reindeer, and you go for a couple trots, and then it wanes back in.
There was a thing.
Where?
It was unpleasant.
Where?
About 20 feet backwards. It felt like I was being severed from the only thing that makes me feel alive.
So sobriety hit you hard, huh?
Oh, I know that's right.
Yes.
But I can give you some rum, Kristoff.
I have plenty of ginger ale. No, it was the torrent. It was brief, like when your heart skips a beat, but in your mind and in your soul, skipping a beat. It was unpleasant. We may have triggered some sort of ward, or I don't know, but it does not bode well. I would be on guard.
So you guys keep traveling, and you hit another one of these. This is it fades in and fades out, but it's instead of this be hard wall it hits, you feel it kind of drain out and then drain in, almost for you, it's almost like your ears popping, except for with the torrent in your system.
Yeah.
It just feels weird and very unpleasant.
Yes, it's not good. I think I'm making copper wire and tossing it to the side to kind of physically mark kind of the dead zones.
Yeah, and mind you, when you're generating arcane torrent energies and building something, and when you do that and you go through one of these lulls, the thing you're creating snaps and pops and reacts real badly, but you have enough control that they don't explode on you, but they explode in the sense that they just deteriorate, and you're tough enough that it's kind of fucking sparks or grease fire from the kitchen for you at this point. So you're fuck, that's not comfortable, but it's not dangerous.
In the areas where that happens, I'm not laying down any copper wire. I'm just letting it dissipate.
Yeah, and so you've ran through 4 or 5 of these as you guys have traveled in the last hour, and you guys are cresting near the base of the mountain, and it's full on nighttime. So you guys can either choose to camp and head up in the morning, or you guys can proceed up the mountain nighttime.
Well, I'm not very tired. We could keep on trekking.
I say we just push through, rest in an inn or something.
And Graylin says, onward then. And Tyndall is super drunk, on his antlers, is more hung out to dry than anything else, on those antlers. He's
hanging by his coat.
Yeah, okay, cool, let's do it.
Thank you, Tyndall.
No one said I had to be sober this whole time. It was great.
You're invaluable.
Yeah. And so you guys start, you find this a path, and kind of start making your way up this this mountain, and it's kind of it's a trail. It's meant to lead you up the mountain, and you guys go up and kind of start turning left as the mountain bends, and from the escape you can see in the distance on the side of a mountain, you can see like two large like stone towers with like the face of what would be like a fortress, and you can see a very like well structured and well like fortified path like heading up to it. Like there's like what are they called? I guess it would be garrisons essentially, like staggered up that. Like you would have to like fight uphill into this mountain. You can surmise would be like the worst of ideas.
Yeah,
like you would have to have some real force to just like not incur heavy casualties. And Christoph, you would 100% know that this was the home of the Stonebreakers, and that this would be a more fortified version of your memory of the ridgescar towers where Farron Stonebreaker lives. But like you've only been gone a few years, and I assume like you didn't like visit him on your way out because of circumstances. No. So you probably hadn't been here in like 4 to 5, but you know that like it's considerably more fortified than it was, especially up the pathway more than anything else.
Got it.
Is there anything you boys want to do or say as we like do the?
Do we see any people at all, like walking?
No, you're like really far away still. Okay. Like you know that you have like another day's. I mean, Christoph knows pretty much like inherently now that he's like in the mountains, and like he's like because he's been here enough that he knows that like it's about a day like ride to the ridgescar towers.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything now. As we get closer, maybe, but
yeah. Well, so that's the scene that you guys had, and it's like I said, it's a day away, and it's like it's on the side of like a mountainscape, and you're in mountain ridges. So like you're going to think Lord of the Rings, where they have to like travel through the mountains along cliff faces and stuff like that. That's kind of like the type of terrain you're going to have to move through. And Atlas, you more than anyone else get this feeling that like the area you're in, it feels different somehow. And you can't really place why it feels that way. But it feels very familiar. Like you've experienced this feeling before.
Is this like a negative feeling? Or am I something?
It's like, you know when you go to that snowy world?
Mm-hmm.
It feels familiar to that. Like, it's like halfway. Because you know that snowy world is 100% not your reality when you have ever like went there. And you're getting that feeling, like, somewhat.
Okay.
And then the loot plays.
I throw it and run.
You do that. All the same, you still get the vision. Rowan,
it's been so long since we had a vision.
Yep. Yeah, your other visions actually came true. To some degree. You prevented a lot of it, but if you remember what the visions were, it was all precursor for the Battle of Oxman. So you get this vision, and it has not been a long time for Rowan to have like a vision, but this is the first time in a while that it was like of consequence.
Oddly specific.
Yeah, well, when like consistently over your 2 years had given you visions, but mostly like to tell you a fucking story, right? Like then you could then go and pair it as your own, and then you twist, and that's part of what like helped made you a good storyteller. Is you like took Lynn's stories, like I could do that one better, you fucking asshole. And so this one's a little more targeted, and you you see Atlas standing, like, facing you, and he's saying, I can't believe it. I can't believe you're alive. And you hear, believe it. But all the same, I can't let you pass. And when you turn to your left, like in that vision, you not only do you see like you're in like this throne room, and it's like a fucked up throne room. Like there's been a battle here, and Atlas is full on werewolf mode. Willow is like at his side, and he's like ready to go toe to toe with this. You see this like corrupted, like tormented form of Yarg standing across from him.
You son of
And right as you see Yarg take the first step forward, the vision dissipates. And you're back on the ridge side, overlooking the mountainscape with the boys.
So, you know how there are like those visions that I get sometimes?
Yes, I saw your eyes go all arcane blue.
Yep.
So, Atlas, I've got good news and bad news.
I don't believe you. Go ahead.
Want the good news or the bad news?
You know, I like the bad news first because then the good news hopefully will make the bad news not as bad.
The bad news that I think it's gonna be a rough couple days, bud.
Well, I figured that. We all together. That was not so bad.
It's gonna be emotionally real rough. You're gonna have someone that you thought was dead that's not dead, but they're gonna be corrupted to fuck. They're gonna see you, and you're gonna be fucking werewolf as fuck with your axe and try to kill them. And it's not Kristoff or me.
Well, that's change of pace.
Yeah, it's good. Bonded.
What are you saying, Rowan?
What's the good news?
The good news is you're gonna see Yarg again really soon.
And that's where we're going to end the episode. No, right there.
Yeah, have him cut there. Have him cut there, yeah.
Yep. No, 100%. That's where we're going to end the episode of Rowan on like this upbeat. And you're going to see Yarg really soon.
Sounds like a threat.
Read the room, Rowan.
Oh, you're going to see Yarg real soon.
Those aren't related at all. Like, totally separate notes. Not a corrupted battle thing at all. That's where we're going to end the episode, boys.
I'd like to thank the people. You're perfect and beautiful, and we couldn't do this without you.
Confirmed.
I would also like to thank Dwayne for all the hard work that he does to give us a good narrative that we can enjoy and experience together as friends. I'd like to thank Devin for just always doing what he thinks is right, for always doing what he thinks is going to be good, beneficial to all, and I'd like to thank Alex for being my endless source of inspiration and joy. Thank you.
You're sweet. I mean that.
That's sugar.
That's sugar.
My friends call me Sugar.
You're sweet as a Silencian snowball, and
that's actually your nickname in high school.
Yeah, sweet as a Silencian snowball chainsaw. That's what they called me.
Shane, why don't you roll?
Yeah, I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is gonna be kind of cocked. I'm gonna go. Yeah, let's go 14. $14.
Wait.
Yeah. One more time. What is that one for, Shane?
That is gonna be for this Ginge. I'm so sorry about this pause. I have to look it up. I'm so sorry, Ginge.
Didn't you just do this one like an hour ago?
I don't remember. I'm drunk, Dwayne.
Oh, I know.
Suicide prevention.
I see.
Oh, see, that's where that sweetness comes from.
Mhm.
They're always pretty nice, but then when you're over the top, I should have known it wasn't from the heart. It wasn't real.
Yeah, no, I knew he was drunk when he thanked everybody.
In vino veritas. How's your Latin, dog?
God bless you.
I don't have it. Thanks for.
It means in wine truth, and it means that when you're drinking is when you're the most honest.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm glad I'm actually a really nice, delightful drunk.
Drunken words or sober thoughts.
In vino veritas.
Yeah, I got you. Gesundheit.
AFSP. It's going to be for the AFSP. It's really good, amazing organization that helps so many people that are struggling with suicide and depression. It's the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It's a real personal issue to me. I've been working in suicide prevention. I've had my own bouts with depression my whole entire life, and it's a really good organization that is worthy of your time and your money. Should you be rolling for humanity with us in the month of February, which is the most absurdly named of months.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Cool. Well, thanks for listening.
Just real quick, Alex, what do you have to say to the people
In regards to what?
in regards to life and the universe? And
See, the thing to remember is there are multiple levels of infinity in this universe.
okay, great. Devin.
I've decided that my word of the year, I guess this thing people do, is perspective. And it's easy for us to think that our life is terrible and that the things that are happening to us are just the worst. But I got my hair cut by a woman who, all in the same week, her grandmother died, and they knew that was going to happen. She was 102. She has a good life, she said. But then her daughter had a spider bite that grew to the size of like a softball that had to be cut out. She got in a car wreck. Her mom got in a car wreck, and then she found out she might have breast cancer. And I still don't know that answer for sure. And so, but that woman wore a smile the entire time, as if nothing was going on. So my word for the year is perspective.
That's good, Devin. Thank you. Dwayne, what do you have to say to the people?
I have to say that by the time you hear this, our new shop will be up and roamed. And you can go buy some Lawful Stupid shirts and put a smile on your face.
Will that link be in the description?
Oh, of course.
I'll give you an approach.
Thank you. I'm asking now.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be rude in 2019. That's an Etsy platform, correct?
It's confirmed. It will be an Etsy front end. So our website will actually have a link that will redirect you to a Etsy store page. It's honestly just like a really good platform in general. They take care of everything for us, and so we will be just using them as a front end, and we have a supplier for all the other products.
As of mid-February, is there anything new on the website other than the store for people to check out? Is there any
content? As far as there are definitely no, I mean there's definitely some good stuff up there already. If you haven't, you can always get links to the boys' character sheets in real time. Last time I said this, ironically, they had already prepped for the break. That was great. Also, if you are a Lawfully Crazy patron, I am working on a page specifically for them where the rotation schedule will be, a little bit about the campaign will be. And so if you're a patron, even if you're not a Lawfully Crazy, you will have access to that link, so you can go check it out. But that'll be coming, and more stuff on the website for sure. And if you haven't, if you go to our website, there's hey, fill in your email address, because it even says, hey, we'll be doing giveaways, and we will. 100% we'll be doing giveaways, and that way you guys can it may be something simple like a character commission, or get your own NPC, or develop something in the story, or it could be a set of fucking dice, man. There's so many things
It could be a thing that I find at the park.
It could be a homeless guy that Alex finds at the park, and he puts in the FedEx.
Probably. It is February when this is airing. So we are in the second month of our book club. If you look, if you're a patron, you want to go to our Patreon, you'll see our review of January's book, which is Darker Shade of Magic. Super fun to record. Love that. We had a great time. It's really cool in-depth review with me and Devin, and it's super good. So take a look at that. If you're not a patron, you can get that access to that for $1 or more dollars. You get more stuff. But take a look at that. And then February, we're doing Warlock Homes. So take a look at that and join us in reading that. And just, got a lot of cool stuff happening in the new year. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and one last thing. So I'm doing the Atlas letter. So this is the time that Atlas was in battle school. Just I'm working with Dwayne on some things, but it's just gonna be the time that he and that's just for extra stuff we're trying to do for patrons. So again, $1 gets you to see that on Patreon.
You get a lot for $1, to be honest. There's a lot of cool. There's bonus episodes. There's Uncle Shane Sells Tabletop Workshop stuff where we do other games. There's a lot of really cool content out there for as low as $1.
That's true. You get the patron sessions, 100%.
You get the patron sessions. I think the $20 tier. I think we can all pretty much agree on this is the most bang for your buck.
Oh, for sure. You get a shirt.
You get a shirt. You get to play in this campaign. You get an NPC. You get all kind of crazy stuff at the $20 tier. But we get that not everybody's into that, and everybody can afford that. At $1, you just get access to so much extra content. So if you're looking for something to fill your day, there's just hours and hours and hours of content between reading, between audio stuff, between video stuff, between book review stuff. Like there's a ton of stuff in there for just $1. And then we're very close to our goal of, as we're recording this in January, we're very close to our goal of $200 a month for the musical episode. After that, it's $500 a month, which is to bring back Uncle Shane Sells Tabletop Workshop. Once a month, we'll play a separate game, a game that's not D&D, probably for the first time, and that's always super fun. I love doing those. That'll be a new regular.
The candle nights, the candle episode we did. We were not prepared.
The 10 candle.
We were not prepared.
10 candles. We've done in Uncle Shane Sells Tabletop Workshop. We've done 10 candles. We've done a sci-fi game, Starship. I think is what it was called.
I really enjoyed just doing the character building of that and actually never playing it. Like that was.
I want to do that again, and I want to do the character creation the right way because we did it wrong. That's the other thing about.
I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I was a space pirate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super like I want to do this thing, and it's like, well, let's find out if you do, or maybe your life takes a completely different direction. I like that it's kind of like this procedurally generated life for you. You kind of get to tab out whenever you want to. We've done, of course, we did Monster of the Week. That was our first one. We've done Final Girl. So we've done a lot of horror stuff. I want to do more sci-fi stuff. I want to do more even fantasies. I want to do the Dragon Age RPG really badly. I want to do Blade in the Dark, which I have the book for and I'm really anxious to run. But right now we just kind of can't afford the time commitment to run a whole another monthly show unless people like you want to step up and be cool.
Yep. And I'll tap one more thing as an idea I've been floating as patron-only content, and it would 100% be gated. So if you're interested, let me know, because I really won't do it unless there's enough interest. Where basically I would do like video series for the patron, and it would just be like additional lore about the world. And it would for some of you, it would provide depth. Others may feel like it's spoilers because you would not get the teasing of some of the concepts, but like you would basically get like I would essentially write like a short story about different concepts and then record it in video form and kind of talk about it. That way you can get some more depth in the story. Because the boys can confirm I world build real fucking deep. And so I've just got content for days.
To kind of piggyback off that one more thing. One more thing! Jackie! I am always producing new content, whether it's custom characters that I make or subclasses or magical items or all kinds of stuff. That's kind of just out there floating around right now. Very soon that's going to kind of go behind a gate for people that want to see that and are willing to let me know how much is worth to you, if you know what I mean. And then DM videos, like DM tip videos, we did those for a while. They kind of went away because we didn't see interest. If you have interest in these things, these additional things that we can provide to you, just hit us up either in our Discord, which is linked in the description, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yes, mm-hmm. Or inside of our email, which is theboys@lawfulstupid.org. Let us know what kind of content you want to see additionally, and if there's enough interest for it, we will do it.
Confirmed.
Unless it's like dirty.
Well, and then there's D&D After Dark for that. Like,
yeah.
D&D After Dark is really not that dirty.
I don't know. I'm never
Just
here
like, hey, how
for it,
was your
so I
day?
just assume it's like crude and like dirty.
It's just pictures of my genitalia for like 4
And your
hours.
dad's butt. Okay.
Yeah. It's alternating on a
That's the classic
slideshow.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
2 pictures on a slideshow. Looped for 4 hours.
My junk, my dad's butt. My junk, my dad's butt. My junk, my dad's butt.
5-second intervals.
So you can really soak it in. Thank you so much for listening. Dwayne?
Let's play this out.
Bye!
Bye.
Love you, mean it.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, you are great.